Okay, let's see who's not here. Okay, we got 15 girls in the class. Let's wait for just one more minute. And meanwhile, I need you all to take out your 4A activity book. We are going to revise the activity book today, okay? Take out your 4A activity book, open unit 1. It's page number 1. I'll share my screen also and then...
Open it. Teacher, in the last class, Tuba, Zainab and me didn't got to read.
Okay, the ones who did not get to read, raise your hand. Tuba, Zainab and Zoha.
Yes, teacher.
Tuba and Zainab, be ready, beta. Okay, yes. Let's open our activity book first.
Teacher, can you share your screen?
Yes, I'm going to share my screen.
Hey, both.
Before we start, let's... Okay, hold on. Okay, we got 3 girls, so... Yes. Yes, Tuba, you can read from the screen. I'm sharing the book page about storing food, that how can we safely and nicely store our food. So can you start reading from the book?
We must ensure that
Teacher, what is page?
is clean and fit for our
Consumption.
If we eat unsafe food, we will upset our digestive system.
Your voice is gone.
My mic is kind of blocked. That's the food that we must have good and
Tuba, we can't hear you properly.
hygiene habits and
Teacher, what can you tell me the page?
Beta, you need to take out your activity book.
uncooked or eaten.
Teacher, activity book A or B?
A.
Activity book.
Yes, and Tuba, your voice is not clear at all, beta. Something
Can
is
you
wrong with
tell
the mic.
page?
Page number 1.
Tuba's mic is on perfect time.
Tuba, see what's wrong with your mic and then I'll ask you again, okay? Zoha?
Yes, teacher.
Zoha, start reading from these boxes. Store raw food.
Store raw food and cooked food separately. Food that goes bad quickly should be stored in the refrigerator as soon as possible. Store cooked food in covered containers. Separate vegetables from meat.
Okay, Zainab, are you there?
Yes.
Yes, Zainab, read from the screen, beta. Handling and eating food.
Handling and eating food. Here are some things to remember when we handle and eat food. When we use our hands to touch food, germs from our hands may enter the food, so we must wash our hands clean with soap and water before and after eating. And after using the toilet, we should keep our fingernails short. Long nails trap dirt and germs.
We
We
must
must wash fruits and vegetables
thoroughly
thoroughly before eating them. These this is
To
to
remove
remove any insects or chemicals that may upset our
digestive system. Okay, sorry, girls. Okay, girls, we are going to open our activity book. It's for activity book 4A, page number 1. We are going to revise unit 1 from the activity book also. Last week we revised from the book, we read the book pages, and now we are going to revise from the activity book. It's page number 1. On page number 1, there are a few blanks at the bottom. I'm going to read those blanks and you can give me the answer, okay? Keep opening the pages with me as I'm doing on the screen, okay? And keep giving your answers. Our dash is made up of many dash bones. Bones.
bones. Skeleton.
Yes.
And bones.
Bones are connected by
Joint.
joint, which allows us to dash the bone.
Bones.
Yes, without joints, we won't be able to move any part of our body. We won't be able to move our even a single finger. So without joints, it's very, very difficult for us to move. Not possible, actually, not possible at all. So joints allow us to move our bones. And then how can we move our bones? With the help of what? What are attached to our bones? That pulls our bones.
Muscles.
Muscles, yes. Now we are going to talk about the muscles. Now look at this diagram on page number 2. Which system is it? Is it a skeletal system or is it a muscular system?
Muscular system.
It's a muscular system. Our whole body is covered with the muscles all around our body, all around our organs, all around our bones. Muscles are attached to our bones. Now, if you get these kind of pictures in your exam, for example, this picture, and they want you to label few things. Now, what are you simply going to do? You are simply going to see which part of the body is it? Is it neck? Is it arm? Is it hand? Abdomen actually. Is it your stomach? Your stomach is also known as abdomen. So are these your abdominal muscles? Are these your chest muscles? Or your facial muscles? The muscles on your face are known as facial muscles. Is it your leg? Is it your foot? Whatever the part is it, just name that part and write muscles in front of it. If it is foot, write foot muscles. If it is leg, write leg muscles. Simple. Keep it simple. You may have to remember this one part, abdominal muscle. You may need to memorize the spellings. So keep it simple for you, okay? Just whatever the part they're asking you to label, just think what part is it? Arm, chest, facial, abdomen, your hand, your leg. Write the name of that part and write muscles in front of it. Simple, okay? Now on the next page, question number 1, which muscles do we use when we smile?
Our
When
facial muscles.
your facial muscles, the muscles which are present on your face. Those are facial muscles. Which muscles allows us to turn our head?
Our neck muscles. And our neck muscles.
Your neck muscles.
Muscle.
Name 2 actions that we can do with our leg muscles. Any
Jump
2.
and skip, run, hop, skip, jump and skip, sing, jump, skip, hop, jump,
Yes,
skip, hop, kick.
all of these options are right. We can do all of these things with our leg muscles. Name 2 actions we can do with our arm and hand muscles.
Wave and throw a ball, lift an object, carry a bag, draw a picture. Wave and throw. Wave and throw.
Yes, actually, all these things we can do with our arm and our hand. We can pick up things. We can pick up the food and eat. When we eat, we use our facial muscles. When we smile, while we use our facial muscles. But to do all of these things, we need our hand, right? We need our hand to pick up the food. We need our hand to write. We need our hand and our arms to hold the things, to wave, to clap. So we can do many things with our hand and our arm muscles. When we breathe in and breathe out, which muscles are we using?
Our chest muscles. Chest muscle.
Our chest muscles.
Chest muscle.
And our chest muscles are attached to, what is this part?
Rib
What is
cage.
this part? Rib cage. Inside our rib cage, what are the protective organs? Organs that need protection.
Lungs and heart.
Lungs and heart, right. Our muscular system plays an important role in movement during our daily lives, our daily activities. List 2 ways in which we can care for our muscular system. How can we care for our muscular
Exercise.
exercising regularly, practicing good posture, and eating healthy food also.
Eating a
When
balanced diet.
eating a balanced diet. Yes, that,
Good posture, exercising regularly, and not overworking our bones and muscles.
yes, perfect. Let's go to the next page. You have 2 kinds of systems over here, body systems over here. What is the first picture? Which system is this?
Skeletal system. Skeletal system.
Skeletal system. What about the next one?
Muscular system. Muscular system. Muscular.
Muscular system. Yes. What does our skeletal system do?
Support our body, give our body shape, gives our body shape as heart and lungs. Some important organs such as heart and lungs.
And what does our skeletal system do?
Enables our body to move. Enables our body to move.
Exactly. Our skeletal system supports our body. It gives our body its shape. Without our skeletal system, we won't be having any body shape. It protects some important organs also, such as our heart, our lungs. While on the other hand, the muscles attached to our body enables us to move because they pull the bones to move. Our muscles pull the bones to move. Now there are 3 pictures on the next page. It's your skull. What is the second one? What is it?
The spine.
Spine, or you can say your backbone. And the third one is?
Hand.
Okay. We have to label the joints in each diagram. In the skull, which one is the joint? Which joint do you see or do you feel in the skull?
The mouth joint.
Mouth joints, or you can say the jawline, the upper jaw and the lower jaw. That is the joint, right? What about your spine? Do you have so many joints in your spine, or do you have just one or two?
One or two.
One or two?
Many. So many.
So many. What about your hand?
So many.
So many. You have 3 joints in your fingers, each finger. Then you have joints next to your fingers also. So you have so many joints in your fingers also. What do you think? Which one from these 3, which joints from these 3 pictures helps us to have more movements? Is it our jaw? Is it our spine or our hand?
Backbone. Backbone. Spine.
Spine,
Hand.
think. Your hand. You can move your fingers in many directions, right? But you cannot move your spine like that. You can't move your
Can
jaws
break
like
if we
that.
try to.
No, actually, you can bend, you can move back, you can stretch a little, but you can't move your spine joints like your finger joints. Can you?
No,
No, you
I can't
cannot.
imagine it.
Yes, you cannot. How are these joints different from each other? Some of these
Some
joints
of these
allow
joints
more
allow
movement
more
than
movement.
others.
Some of the joints allow more movement than others.
Yes, with your jaws, with the joint in your skull, you can only chew food or move a little bit to the right or left. With your spine, it helps you to move. But your hands, the joints in your fingers or in your hand allows you to have more movement than any of these two, skull or the spine. Now there are two pictures. Study the diagram of the arms below. How is movement of the arm possible?
The
How
muscles
are
aren't
movements
attached to our
possible?
bones. When a muscle contracts, it pulls on the bone to make it move.
The muscles which are attached to our bones, they help us. Just a second, girls. The muscles are attached to our bones. When a muscle contracts, it pulls on the bone to make it move. You know the muscles, how do they work? They work in pairs. Like
Yeah.
two friends together, they work in pairs. So when the one muscle contracts, the other one is relaxed. When the other one is relaxed, when one is relaxed, the other one will contract. So they work in pairs. Page number 6. There are two types of food that they are showing you. A bread and a biscuit. How does a bread and a biscuit looks like before you put them in your mouth? How do they look
Bread,
like?
bread looks soft and the biscuit looks dry and hard.
Dry and hard. Yes. But when you put that piece of bread or that piece of biscuit in your mouth, how do they look like then?
Soggy and watery. Soggy and watery.
Looks like soggy and watery.
And how any kind of food, how does it become soggy and watery in our mouth? How?
Because of our
This
saliva.
is saliva. Our digestive system.
Our digestive system, and because of the saliva that is in our mouth, right? That saliva helps us to chew the food and make it soft. If we don't chew the food properly and that food is dry and it is not soft, what will happen? It will get stuck, right? You might choke. How that food is going to pass into the gullet if
We
that
can
food is too
chew.
dry and if there is no saliva? Will you be able to chew the food properly without any saliva? No,
No.
because that food won't become softer. It won't, and it won't even pass down into our gullet properly, right? So saliva,
Digestive juices in our stomach also make it watery and soggy.
yes, it does. But I'm not talking about your digestive system, sorry, about your stomach. It will go down into your stomach later, but first it has to go down into this tube, right? That tube is called gullet. It has to go down from that tube first. What if the food gets stuck in that tube? You might choke. So that's why saliva is very important. It helps to soften the food so that it goes down into our gullet, from our gullet into our stomach smoothly and nicely. Okay, on page number 7, there is a conclusion. Dash in our mouth helps us to make food dash.
Softer.
Saliva in our mouth helps to make food softer.
Yes, my teeth dash and dash the food up into dash so that I can swallow it easily.
My teeth and
short
cut the food up into small pieces so that I can swallow easily.
In exams, paragraphs like these, they do come in exams without any word box. So do not skip these paragraphs, okay? Do not skip conclusions. Do not skip extensions, okay? Study each and everything. You already know, mashallah, but still keep on revising. Extension, the bread that we eat enters our digestive system through our mouth and is passed out of our body through our anus, the waste material they are talking about. List the other parts of our digestive system according to the order that the bread passes through them. First, come to the next page. First, you ate the bread is in your mouth. What happens to that bread next? It goes into your, what is this tube called?
Gullet.
It goes into the gut. After the gullet, where does it go?
The
Stomach.
Into our stomach. From our stomach, where does it go?
Small intestine.
Small intestine. This inside, these tubes that you're seeing, this is small intestine. From our small intestine, where does the food go?
Large intestine.
The large intestine, the thicker tube that you're seeing over here, that is the large intestine, the bigger, thicker one. From the large intestine, the waste material goes out of our body from
Anus.
anus. Excellent. On page number 9, there is a word puzzle, but of course we cannot do it again. We are going to use the same words on page number 10 in the fill in the blanks. Let's have a quick review. Number 1, microorganisms. Microorganisms are the organisms that we can't see with our eyes. They're too tiny, like bacteria, viruses. They're too tiny that we can't see them with our eyes. They're microorganisms. Microorganisms are the main cause of this for food stored in a refrigerator. What is this word? Contamination. It's contamination. Contamination means when the food goes bad, it turns bad. How? Due to the microorganisms that are present in our fridge because we didn't clean our fridge and we didn't cover the food that we kept in the fridge. And that food, it turned bad. That is contamination. It is due to the microorganisms, the bacteria, the viruses, the dirty things. When we don't clean them, they're there. Number 2, we must remember to dash our hands after visiting the toilet and before eating.
Wash.
Wash our. We must not dash our crockery and utensils with other people when we are eating.
Share.
We must not share. Sharing food is fine, but don't share your spoons, plates, and glasses. Number 4, dash food should not be consumed. They should have been eaten earlier. What kind of food is it?
Expired.
Teacher, the time is over.
Yes, beta, I'm going to take half minute, 30 seconds more. Number 5, food should not be left on the table.
Uncovered.
Our digestive system will be upset if we may fall ill, and we may fall ill if we eat food that is
Uncooked.
uncooked or unclean or dirty or bad food, rotten food. Number 7, the kind of food we need to eat to ensure our digestive system is healthy. What kind of food should we eat? Clean, healthy food. With clean, right, healthy also. Clean and healthy food. Please revise question answers, your textbook, and your activity book again today, okay? And tomorrow, inshallah, we are going to do worksheet, okay? See you tomorrow, girls.
I love his teacher.
Allah Hafiz, teacher.
I love his teacher.
Allah Hafiz, teacher.